Hi everyone, Dave here, Fit and Healthy Forever. Quick video today on the benefits of walking. The reason I did this is because there's an epidemic of sort of high cholesterol, high blood pressure, insulin resistance, diabetes, stuff like that. Walking, for all its simplicity, is very, very beneficial to anyone who goes out and walks, and I'll go through the details in a little while. Now, I think most people, if they don't want to exercise in their lives or can't, or for whatever reason, walking is a very simple way of getting yourself a little bit healthier. And I can't believe that the majority of people can't find some time to walk. So I'll just give you a bit of background on this that I've picked up through doing research. The benefits: walking 1 to 2 miles a day lowered blood pressure and decreased risk of stroke by 40%. That's massive, that is. This is from the Harvard School of Public Health in America. It also strengthens your bones. It stops the loss of bone mass and decreases the risk of hip fractures by, again, 40%. This is from Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. Now, these sound very big benefits for very little output, if you like. So, if you look at those two benefits, I don't know of a drug out there that matches this. I don't know of a drug that's going to decrease your risk of hip fractures by 40% or lower blood pressure and decrease the risk of stroke by 40%. And if there was one out there, it certainly would be as healthy as walking. So, bear this in mind. It slows memory decline, walking does. Age-related memory decline was lowered in those who walked more. University of California, San Francisco. The reason I'm putting where these studies are from is so that people can go on and check them for themselves if they want to. It lowers Alzheimer's risk. Men between 71 and 93 who walked more than 1/4 mile a day had half the incidence of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. That's from the University of Virginia Health System. Again, massive. Obviously if you're below that age, it's still a benefit, but this study was done on men aged between 71 and 93. If you walked more than 1/4 mile a day, you had half the incidence of dementia and Alzheimer's. I just think that's massive. Now, it doesn't state in a lot of these whether it's brisk walking, slow walking. I would suggest as brisk as you can comfortably go would be of more benefit than just ambling along as though any time would do type of thing. That's more of a stroll than a walk to me. So if you differentiate those two, I'd say a nice brisk walk at your own sort of pace. Swing your arms. It benefits other things which I'll go through in a minute. Walking stimulates both sides of your body. So when you're swinging your arms and your legs, obviously a natural swing, which is opposite arm to leg, then it stimulates both sides of your brain. Now, it improves your mood. The more steps people took during the day, the better their moods were. And walking reduces natural pain-killing endorphins to the body, one of the emotional benefits of exercise, California State University, Long Beach. So there's a lot of studies being done on just the benefits of walking. And it all seems to be pushed towards older people. And I think maybe older people don't feel they want to go to the gym, or they don't want to jump on a bike and go bike riding, or they feel they can't for whatever reason, then walking's a fantastic exercise. It really is. And you don't really have to have the weather. I go out every morning with the dogs 52 weeks a year, and if you just wrap up warm, you can take layers off. Hat, glove, scarf, thick coat, 2 layers underneath, and then if you get warm, you just take something off. It's just so easy. So, it helps you live longer. Those who exercise regularly when in their 50s and 60s are 35% less likely to die over the next 8 years than people who didn't walk. So if you walked regularly in your 50s and 60s, there's 35% less likelihood that you're going to die in the next 8 years from this study. 45% less likely for those who have underlying health conditions. Same study. This is the University of Michigan Medical School. Sedentary lifestyle epidemic, and it is an epidemic. People think I was taught this when I was growing up. My parents always said, you work all your life, when you get to 65 you retire and you put your feet up and you kick back, and it's the worst thing you can ever do. Your body is not made to be idle and do nothing. Your body is designed to move. That's why you've got joints and things like that. Your body's designed to move. So it's said that sitting is the new smoking, but it's probably much worse than that, because if you're sitting and doing absolutely nothing, your body will degenerate so quickly you won't believe your eyes, honestly. The effects of a sedentary lifestyle increase the risk of all cancers, cardiovascular disease, depression, mood disorders, deterioration of the spinal health, memory loss, which is dementia and Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, erectile dysfunction and loss of sex drive. Now, you don't want any of those, just for the sake of walking. We're not programmed for sedentary lifestyles. Humans are not programmed to be inactive. The combination of both accelerated sedentary lifestyle and constant food availability disturb the ancient metabolic processes leading to excessive storage of energy in tissue, which is called dyslipidemia, which is fats in the blood, and insulin resistance. Clinical Science of London, August the 1st, 2011. Which is just 6 years ago they came up with this. So not all these studies from America, some are from different parts. I'll try to get ones from England as well, because otherwise somebody will say, oh yeah, well that's in America. America's a lot worse than we are, I can assure you, with a lot of things. So one of the things they've come up with is prolonged TV viewing was associated with increased risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease and all-cause mortality. Now, I've mentioned this before. I think it's fairly self-explanatory. All-cause mortality is death from all causes, basically, just so that you know. That was from the Journal of American Medical Association on June the 15th, 2011. Now, all you need to go walking is get yourself a nice, comfortable pair of trainers, running shoes, sneakers, whatever you want to call them. You should be able to wiggle your toes, and you should have a strong sole that flexes at the ball of the foot. Running shoes should be discarded after 200 to 400 miles of use. Now, I don't know anybody who counts the miles of use that they get out of them, but as long as they've got that springiness, flexibility, comfort, ankle support, and you can wiggle your toes, so if you've got a wide foot you need a fairly wide fitting, you should be okay for quite a long time, 200 to 400 miles. Something else I saw recently, this only gives 1 to 2 miles a day as a big benefit. I saw a study where it said just half an hour walking every day is a massive, massive benefit to your health. Now, a couple of little things I've mentioned before in videos. If you catch a bus to work, there's nothing stopping you making the time to get off a couple of stops early and walk. You know, you could get at least 15 minutes in that way, probably. When you park at the supermarket, what's to stop you parking right at the far end? Too many people drive round the first couple of rows waiting for someone to pull out so they can get as close to the door as possible. They might as well have a drive-in supermarket, some of them. That's what they're looking for. Park at the other end. Take 3-4 minutes to walk. It all adds up. It's beneficial to you. Try to incorporate half an hour walking into your daily lifestyle. Now, I understand, I've been there myself, people have got busy lives. But if you could do it 3 or 4 times a week, you know, if you work a 9 till 5, half an hour in the evening, if you've got a dog, take your dog out. I take mine out twice a day, an hour in the morning, an hour at night approximately. It's a minimum 2 hours every day. And it gets me out of bed in the morning. I'd probably lie in bed like anyone else if it wasn't for the dogs getting me up. I would have to force myself to get up and go and do the walking. But you must try and make some effort. There's a massive epidemic of inactivity, of insulin resistance, of diabetes, of high blood pressure, of cholesterol. It shouldn't be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. People take it as a fact of life that that's just how things are. I'm unlucky, it's genetic. No, you can do a lot for yourself. Do it. Do something for yourself. Don't rely on a tablet, a medication, a doctor. You can't give your health to somebody else to sort for you. You need to do it yourself. take responsibility and do it for yourself. So I know these always end up in a little bit of a rant at the end, but I can't believe that people don't want to be healthy, they don't want to be fit, they don't want to look better. Surely everyone wants to. And this is a small way you can make inroads into it. There's always ways. You don't have to go to gyms, you don't have to run yourself in the ground. You can cycle, you can swim, you can walk. You know, it all helps. So once again, thanks everyone for taking the time to listen. And if you like what I'm putting out there and it makes sense to you, like and subscribe, tell your friends. I just want people to be healthy. I don't make money out of this. I do this because I want to learn and I want to pass the information on for other people to get the benefits. And if you look at the information and you think, don't like it, it's bullshit, not doing it, that's fine. But at least you've seen the information, and I'll guarantee somewhere further down the line you'll wish you'd done it, because I wished I'd started a lot earlier. I've been training 30 years and I wished I'd started in my teens. I really do, because I could have made even more progress than I've done. So bear this in mind. Until the next video, stay fit and healthy forever, and thanks again for listening. Thank you.